Not much. I mean, boys are getting after it. It's so funny. This time of year, I always chuckle inside because it's like spring training where everybody's in the best shape of their lives. Everybody had a great workouts. Everything's going great. I mean, until they get punched in the face, we're not going to know what really happens. And it's one of those things where I'm done talking. It's time to play. The boys are ready to play. I had a lot of talk about having one of our higher ranked recruiting classes, and the freshman class is good. I had an older guy text me on Sunday and said, "Coach, I'm just about sick and tired about hearing about building for the future." He goes, "We're going to win now, and we want to win now." And a lot of those older guys, some coming back from injuries, I mean, they won a conference championship. I mean, they know what it feels like. They've been to regionals. They've had that taste, and they want more. So got a nice blend of older and younger, and this is my kind of team. We've got some fighters on this team, and they're going to be fun to watch. And so much fighters that I actually had to go over the fight rule with this group because I'm a little concerned that some of them might take it a little too far. But I'd rather have that. And let's just say I'm excited to get on that field.
When you kind of look at the makeup of your team, the older guys last year seemed like you had more guys that were a little bit more lead by example, and the guys that have been more vocal guys. Is this year's older group of guys different in that way, or I guess what kind of makeup there?
I'm really bad comparing like year to year, but I agree with what you said. Some of those guys are very, focused on their craft and yes, lead by example. I think we have a good blend of that in the older group of guys. One thing I know, we do our rankings or whatever after the fall, and I found it interesting that a couple freshmen actually found their way up in the rankings as far as having some of those characteristics, and that's what I strive for. I don't want the younger guys to be quiet. I don't want a pecking order where the older guys are the only ones that talk. I mean, how are you ever going to develop a young guy if he doesn't have the freedom to speak his mind? And it was great to see some of those younger guys bump up and get their names up there. So it's a good blend. And we have older guys that they go about their own business, and we have a couple guys that are about 30 years old, it seems like. So they're a little more to themselves. And then we have some other guys that are very hands-on with the younger guys. So it takes all kinds, and I just want guys to be themselves. So we have some of those natural guys that say stuff, and then we do have some guys that lead by example, and that's totally fine.
What's the fight rule?
Oh, if you leave your position, you're out 4 games. If you throw a punch, you're out 4 games. Just that we have that kind of group that they're going to get after it. And I'm joking that they're going to be fine, but it's just yeah, I like the mentality of this group.
You talked before about this group of guys that are tipped off.
Oh yeah.
What are the signs that make you see that? What do you see?
Oh, I saw one pitcher that missed last year. I got usually like I do like when they come back for their first live outing, we'll clap for them or welcome back. When I saw foam out the side of his mouth, he kind of scared me, so I just kind of stayed back and didn't say anything. So there's some, I don't know what the word is. There's some anger there. There's some guys that are ready to get back on that field and put a lot of hard work in and have put a lot of rehab time in and put a lot of time in the off season. And I don't know. It is a fun group to show up to be around every day.
Darin, we're only 10 days away from
right.
the opener. What's your starting pitching rotation right now? You got any idea?
Nope. We'll see how it is after next weekend. So I think it's going to be a fluid, situation. All of our guys coming back from injury are all on their way back. When they're going to exactly be back, I don't know that. When they come back, what are their pitch counts going to be? We'll sit down with the train staff after everybody throws live next weekend and kind of determine who is at what point of pitch counts and who's available. So it's, like I said before, we're going to probably have 7 guys, maybe 8 guys stretched out to be starters. Who actually starts, we'll see where everybody's at. So to sit here and say who our closer is or who our starters are, I'm not ready to say that. I'll have a better idea after this weekend.
How about position batting? You got that set? Any idea?
Nope. So we'll, we got a lot of guys fighting, and I mean every single rep they face live pitching, everything's charted, and they're competing right now. I mean today we'll face live pitching. We'll face live pitching Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then we'll break it down. And I haven't set the travel roster yet, so it's been a fun competition. I think if you look on paper of our returners, I mean, Show me a guy that's earned the right to play every single day. I mean, we'll see. So, you know, we've got some older guys that want to play. We have some younger guys that want to play. So it's been interesting, and we'll see how it goes. Probably see a lot of different faces in that first weekend.
Is Chad in that? I mean, where is he kind of in terms of coming back? And I mean, is he going to be in that mix for that first weekend? Or
If he stays on course, he'll be ready to go. You know, and again, that's why I start sitting here and start saying who's going to start, who's not going to start. You know, with all these guys coming back, you know, from injury, I think I'm getting ahead of myself. You know, saying anointing this guy the Friday starter, or this guy is Saturday, or he's going to close, or you know, I think early on we're going to have to find a way to piece it together to maximize all of their pitch counts. You know, and that might mean a guy coming in the 6th inning and finishes the game. You know, there might be a guy come in the 7th and finish the game. I mean, we're gonna have to see how that plays out.
You talk about just kind of the nature of a baseball team coming together. Is it better, or I guess, which do you see coming together first? Would it be the pitching side? Would it be the hitting side? How does that just work as a team?
Man, Evan, I wish I had a crystal ball to figure that out. That'd be great. Generally, the pitchers are ahead of the hitters. You know, overall, that's kind of how it seems to be. You know, I mean, it's so hard to tell. I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, everybody's feeling great, everybody's smiling, working hard, and they have no idea what's coming. You know, it's just, we don't know. Nobody knows. It's just going to be one thing after another you're going to have to face, and you know, that's part of the game, and you know, that's part of the fun too of growing and learning how to deal with that. And our older guys are doing a good job with the younger guys of basically, you know, like, you have no idea what's coming. I mean, it's just they don't. But like I said, their mentality is going to be well built to handle those things.
Just as a competitor, how much do the first few weeks of the schedule just excite you, and some of the teams you're going to face?
I've said this many times, and I don't even look at the jersey. I don't care. I mean, I treat everybody exactly the same, midweek, weekend. It does not matter to me. But I will say this. It's very important to me, and I've said this a bunch of times, to give them a challenging schedule so they have an opportunity to get their foot in the door in the postseason. It's becoming even more and more important because the data is showing now, and we're being told by, you know, people that break down the numbers, that you're better off going 1-2 against a high quality opponent than going and sweeping a team that maybe isn't ranked as high. And it just, in my head, it's like, all right, well, I can do that. So we do that, and not to mention that this group, especially the young guys, they think they're pretty good. And I think it's important that this young group, that even though I don't want to say this too much because that guy that texted me is going to yell at me, but for the future, they need to see what's out there. They need to understand what they're going to go against and what they need to compete against and overcome and beat if they want to get where they want to go. Sometimes we can kind of put them in a shell and create a false confidence and don't let them see what it's all about, and then all of a sudden you face a good team and it's like, whoa. Well, we're going to be battle tested by the time we get to conference play. Let's just put it that way.
So, Darin, playing Oregon State, the defending national champion, is that a great measuring stick to see where this team is?
If we win all 4, lose all 4, I'm not going to feel any different. I mean, great quality opponent, obviously, and yeah, I mean, again, I'm not even thinking about them yet. I literally do not care what the jersey says. It just doesn't do anything for me.
You were talking about Chad earlier. I guess could you just kind of describe how he's attacked his rehab and how he's attacked preparing for the season?
That's the guy with the foam coming out of his mouth. So yeah, he's a rabid dog. I mean, caged up, ready to be released. I mean, him and Connor Curry and Robbie and Reese is back, full strength. But those 3, the work they've put in, oh my gosh! I mean, it's just been unbelievable watching them do what they've done over the last year, and just seeing Chad out there, obviously excited, but then it was like, okay, I'm just going to get out of the way. So they're just quality kids that had a little adversity in their life, and now they're on their way back.
Will he be limited pitch count wise?
Again, we'll after this weekend, we'll sit down with the training staff and evaluate where they're at. He'll be, if he continues on the path that he's on, he'll be available in some capacity. I mean, if you ask him, he's going to go 120 pitches in the first and go a complete game whenever he pitches, but we have to back that down a little bit.
How did that make you feel when you got that text?
I smiled. Yeah, it was good, and yeah, not much else to say. I mean, we're ready to play. Let's go.
Knock on wood, have you guys stayed healthy the last couple weeks?
Yeah, I mean, we're outside of Feakin, who had hurt his elbow in high school and playing basketball. We have some pitchers that are on, like I said, they're just on different. Everybody wants to be ready the first weekend. Everybody wants to have it all set and everything's great. Well, I don't put that timeline, because then you get outside of what you're trying to do to prepare for, the season. And so, we got a couple freshmen that, probably mentally aren't quite ready to handle the load, and they might take a little longer to get going, but overall we're in a good place.
Coach, is there something that you learned personally through last year's struggles, that you'll carry with you for the rest of your coaching career, or at least into this year?
Yeah, I hate to lose. I don't know, I think I knew that already. But you know what? Sometimes, some people maybe don't believe in baseball gods. I do. And you just hope that they're on your side in the season. And last year we had to wear it, flat out wear it. You look at the two teams in the College World Series. One of them, we beat out. We were the last team in the regionals, and they had a ton of injuries, and they were out. You look at the other team, and if I'm not mistaken, they lost like 13 games in a row at the end of the season a couple years ago when they had injuries. You look. There was another team in the College World Series this year that 2 years before that had like 11 pitchers out. There's another high-profile team this year. It had 9 guys out in the fall, and they might have 5 guys out, this season. Just hope it's not you. And, it was us. So you wear it, move on, and what do I learn from it? I learned from it. I probably learned that not that I didn't know this, but how important it is in all aspects of their life. We're trying to win baseball games. If we don't win, we get fired. It's just part of the deal. But those kids are still developing as human beings. And it's so important that when they have struggles in their life, they don't shut down the other parts of their life. How they're taking care of themselves out the field, what's going on in the classroom. Are you still being respectful to your teammates? Are you still growing as a person? And just making sure that you stay hands-on with that type of stuff. When you lose, there's no good chemistry. It's no fun. People are in bad moods. That's part of the deal. But to continue to just keep striving for, being an elite person, that's a challenge. So just staying on top of that with each and every guy and showing them that you care and that you're giving up on them just as people. And I think, Rhonda's been here for a long time, and I'm, this was our first year where it really, really struggled, and I really had to do, my job and stay with those kids. And, seeing them at Illinois at the end of the year when we're completely out of it, still fighting until the very end, seeing what how the grades turned out, seeing how many people graduated, gave me, just for their overall growth as people, I like that.
Anything else? All right.
Good. Yep.